All right. Well, I'm not sure where Ron went, but for those of you guys who know, last weekend I was in Florida at our national convention. Well, not the national convention, sorry. It was called a global event. It was for leaders, executive directors, or higher. Okay, before we start, Deanne, will you introduce Dakota? I'm sorry, that was rude of me, Dakota.
I'm okay. I'm okay to be right back here in the corner.
Yes. Well, I'm excited to have her. She just signed up about a week ago, so she's our newest coach, and we're all learning together here. So.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we're all fairly new to this system. That's why I'm very excited that I did get to go to this leadership training so that I could come home and take full blame and responsibility that I have not done the best job at transferring the skills to you guys. So everything you've learned, let's kind of clean the board and start over, because I would like each one of you guys to be successful with this, because what I am trying to develop for you guys is success with it. But I kind of want to know how many people in here could see themselves helping at least 20 or 30 people. Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you don't know how but want to help at least that many people? Okay. So for you guys, what would that look like to make about $2,300 extra dollars for your family? Come off mute and go ahead and talk to me. Anybody? Does that make any kind of a difference?
I could manage that.
Okay. What would that do for your family? Just throw it out there.
I'd quit my pharmacy day job.
Okay. Quit a job.
I'd finish the addition on my house.
An addition?
Yeah. I could show you the pain. I could show you the pain that has been a year long.
Okay. Michelle Nelson can't talk, but I think she would like to walk away from that job. Kylie, what's something you could do with an extra $2,300 a month?
I could work at the hospital and just be able to be at home with my family more and
Yeah. Just have water.
Okay.
Just have water.
My next question is, what would that look like for you? As far as, or what would that mean for you to be able to stay home? Michelle Reedhead, do you mind? What would that be to be able to stay home? What could you do that you can't do currently?
Well, I'd be home a lot more just to play with grandbabies and enjoy my kids when they come, instead of when they come to town, they're partying without me because mom has a day job. Dad works for himself, so he can join them, but I'm stuck. I have a boss. I have people depending on me to show up to work. If I could just stay home in my pajamas and just be a stay-at-home grandma, I'd love it. And most of my money goes to fund money anyway, so we could party more.
Deanne, what could it do for your family? What would that look like? Because you do stay home, but what difference could it make?
I just take stress off of Alan. That's all I want. So allow him more freedom.
Awesome. You guys feel a little bit somewhat tension in your home? I mean, don't raise your hands, please. But if you feel like we can't meet some financial needs, I know for me that there's some resistance of things that we get to do in our own home because of finances. Blink if that's you. Just kidding. But I think what we have in our hands, I am not sure you guys fully understand. So I have done a disservice to not transfer that to you, and what you do with it is up to you. How many of you guys here realize that you own your own business right now? Okay. Every one of you should raise your hands. Do you know that being a health coach means you own your own business right now? So, sorry, Dakota, I have you on mute. What's that?
You can mute me. I've got kids and all kinds of things in the background. I knew that I had my own business. I just have to know how to handle it. That's my problem.
Awesome. That's the first step right there, is humble, coachable, and smart. I think every one of you guys are smart because you chose to do this. I think where we're lacking is knowing or being willing to say, I don't have a clue. What do I got to do? You know that I paid $1,000 this week for that training to be told, I don't know what to do. What do I got to do next? So I want each one of you guys to know you're in the same boat. I want you guys to know that I don't know what to do. What do I do next? It should be your line over and over and over. Ron, you're an executive director in our company, correct?
Yes.
How often do you still have me help you through this business?
I talk to you at least twice a week.
Okay.
So generally, and I probably should more.
And how come you could still reach out to me? Because I think you know how to do a health assessment.
Well, yesterday, because I'm struggling with my own health journey a little bit, trying to get my last 20 pounds off. And so I called her up. I said, as my coach, what can I do to help here? So, I've kind of been falling back into some old habits that I needed to change, and helped me realize that, I need to do better. And so I called her up as my health coach and said, hey, give me a hand here. What can I do? Give me some suggestions and encouragement. That was nice to know that I have that, not only just as a business coach and mentor. So.
And how long have you been in the business as a health coach?
Almost a year.
Do you know everything yet?
Have I what?
Do you know everything yet?
Oh, no. I know that Tanya knows everything, so I called her. So.
No, I do not. You guys understand that you new health coaches, we came out with this new system that you guys are doing with us in January. I have never seen it in my life except for in January with you guys. So I'm trying to learn faster so I can keep up, because they say that leaders, your team will grow as fast as your leaders. So I see all of you health coaches as leaders, but do you see people coming on board doing this with you eventually? Okay. All right. If you want people to come on board and do this with you, you need to be capable of doing this and then transferring those skills. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to start over with our whiteboard. We're going to erase everything you've ever heard. So it's how we do this program, and this is the Optavia way. This is not Tanya Crosby's intake on how I think it should be ran. If we are not on the phone doing health assessments with our new coaches to get them all the way to at least managers, then we are not following the system. So how many of you guys are managers or above? Okay. So if you are not a manager or above, what did you take away from that just now?
Nothing.
That means you need to get on the phone with your mentor and have us do your health assessments. So if somebody says, I'm interested in the program, you say, awesome, because I'm going to get you on the phone and we're going to do it together with a friend of mine. Because we, in this program, the more people that get to know you, the better success you're going to have. Don't make it awkward and uncomfortable where it's like, oh, I have a mentor and she's going to do it and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to listen because I don't know what to do. I'll tell you a really quick story that's really, really funny. So one of our leaders in the company, she talked about, she has 3 little boys, I think 10, like 9 and 12, I don't know. But they haven't had kids for like 9-year span. And they just decided to adopt a foster girl. And she talked about the different personalities with her 3 kids. And she talked about how the one kid, her oldest or her middle child, she had a teddy bear, and she's like, okay, this middle child, this is like my teddy bear, you know. He grabs the baby and he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't know what to do with this, you know. And he's like holding this baby's, his future sister out here going, I don't know, this is awkward, I don't know how to change her, she's crying, what do I do? And then she talked about her youngest kid, and she holds the teddy bear and she starts cuddling it and loving it and kissing it, and she's like, you know, he's smothering it, he's attacking her, he's loving on it, oh, I love you, I love you. And then she talks about how the middle child is just very comfortable and natural. He takes the baby, assesses her needs when she needs it, changes her when she needs to, sets her down when she needs to, and makes it comfortable. How often do we bring on health coaches and we have that kind of a relationship? Either, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with it, or we're like constantly hoarding, loving, hovering over them, or we can just bring them on and make it comfortable. So our job as health coaches is lean into your mentors and learn what that looks like. And I'll teach you how to do this process, and then you can turn around and repeat it, and you'll have a lot higher success. I've been in this program for 4 years now, and I've messed up a lot. And I want to teach you guys how not to, because I realized that following this structure is duplicated, and my business has grown every single month since. So it's what that's going to look like is, how many of you guys have somebody that you want to approach about this program but don't know how? Okay. Awesome.
I still do too.
Okay. Great. How many of you guys have people that you would love to talk to, but you think that they'll probably say no because they're a doctor or chiropractor, or there's somebody intimidating to you? Anybody? Okay. So is how we function with this program is say, first of all, sorry if I get emotional here, but this morning, I just got to tell you guys a little bit on my end. I woke up this morning, I'll show you real quick. I woke up to 3 different texts. One of them said, the TV is turned off, so I'm going to get my phone. She said, good morning. I was referred by a couple of teachers at the CCC and would like to start the program. I'm unsure as to what the kit to start. I need to lose 50 pounds or more and am desperate for a lifestyle change. The next one said, I need to lose 130 pounds. I just tipped the scale at 301. I just tipped the scale at 301, and I know that that would never happen. I've been at 275, 285 for at least 8 years, and then the last 6 months I've jumped up. Crazy, I'm 47 years old and still have regular periods. And then another one. It says, call me, I'm ready to change. My aunt is on life support with a brain aneurysm that put her in a stint last night, gave her a 30% chance to live. She had high blood pressure and heart conditions. She thought working out was the key to her instead of her nutrition. I woke up to another one. My blood pressure is 188/88. I need to learn how to control it. I woke up to another one. You guys understand where our role is as a health coach? Do you understand it's putting us aside, playing above the line, and putting ourselves out there to offer support? You guys understand how important our job as a health coach could actually be if you took it serious? Anybody? How many of you guys are scared to go talk to somebody about this program? Be honest with me, okay? Kylie, do you mind coming off mute and telling me what causes you to create some of that fear? Just be honest. We're just all on a team here.
So a couple of things, I guess. I have a couple of people in mind that I'd love to talk to about, but I know they have quite a bit of weight to lose. And so I don't really know how to approach them because I don't want them to think that I'm saying, hey, you're overweight and you need to lose some weight. So that's one scenario. And then I work in healthcare, and I see doctors all the time, and I would love to be able to talk to them about it, but I don't want to feel like I'm giving them the sales pitch.
Okay.
And like some of them have noticed that I've lost weight, and so I've talked to them a little bit about it, but I just don't know how to cross that bridge without coming off as being a salesperson type situation. So that's where I kind of hesitate.
Okay. I love that. Who is your health coach?
Trishelle.
And what did she do to get you on this program?
I saw her and the changes she was making and how great she was looking and feeling. And Trishelle's the type of person that she'll tell you how she's feeling, and she's confident in that. And that's one of her strengths, I think.
Okay. So the way you came on to health coaching is a way that you could relate and were able to come on board. Do you feel like Trishelle was selling you anything?
No, not really. I just felt like she was genuinely trying to help me to be healthier. She knew I wanted to lose weight, and so and just be healthier. And so I felt like she was just sharing something that was important to her.
Okay. Awesome. And I just want to couple these before, we go on, and I'll give you guys some kind of solutions to that. Sally, do you mind coming off of mute and telling us how you got started in this program? My bad. Okay, go for it. Never mind, just kidding. Yep.
Is that good?
Now you're good. Yep.
You can hear me? How I got started? Well, I actually started a weight loss journey, so to speak, right after Christmas. And I was motivated for my health, and I have 4 grandchildren, and I wasn't feeling well. I was on high blood pressure meds, and so I started this journey myself, and I was able to lose some weight. And then Lindsay and I, my daughter, we took a class where we needed to go into the college gym for like 45 minutes a day to work out, and it was part of the requirement. And then I met you and Danielle, and I was wanting a program. I was searching for a program, I guess, and we just eventually started talking, and I asked you guys some advice about working out and a couple of things, and you mentioned it just briefly and enough to get me interested, I guess. And then eventually I think I came to you too. I think I was asking you more about your program, and you asked, could we meet? And I said, sure. And there we go. So I started, and I've been using the program and continuing on my journey. My journey isn't just a month journey. I figured within 6 months, I figured I'd be on this journey, but I have a couple of months left. So yeah, that's kind of how. I'm just really, I'm getting older, and I want to feel better, and I want to walk lighter and get up those stairs and pick up my grandkids and get down with them on the floor and play with them. And I just was very aware of, I guess it became a health thing more for me than anything. This was my health. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Michelle, can you tell me why you came on board?
Is it Michelle Reedhead or Nelson?
Reedhead. Yeah. I'm sorry. Actually, let's do Nelson first because she has just a second.
Did you turn my mute off for me?
I will. Thank you. Michelle, go ahead and tell us how you got going, Nelson.
I just lost a bunch of weight, and people were asking me about it, mostly at work. And so I figured.
Go back a little bit further. Why did you even reach out?
Oh, because I tried by myself for like 3 years and nothing worked for me. And then saw myself against some of my cousins that I've always been the same size of, and now I wasn't. And I'm her maid of honor, and I really didn't want to stand beside her looking the way that I did. So I finally decided to take the plunge.
Awesome. I mean, we're getting to a point here. So Michelle Reedhead, what brought you into the program?
I had watched you on Facebook for how many years did we decide that was? 3 years? And I'm 52 years old and I wanted to lose that last 5 pounds. I've been counting macros and just couldn't lose it. I've exercised like crazy and I've always enjoyed nutrition and health. It's just my passion, and I just thought it would be fun to be able to earn money doing what I love. And so and then my husband, I got him on board and he was able to lose weight even though he's in the truck, and it's been perfect for him because he doesn't have time to put in the hours exercising like he'd like. So without exercise, he's been able to lose 12, 15 pounds now. So yeah.
Tell him congratulations for us.
Congrats, huh?
Thank you.
He's trucking.
Hello. Deanne, after 4 years of watching me do this program, what made you decide to say yes?
I honestly don't know exactly, except for the fact that I saw a lot of people in town that could use me. There's a lot of people that I know that have tried everything and we're struggling, and I just wanted to be that person that they could come to and feel comfortable enough to talk with, that we could help them out without judgment or anything like that, because I'd seen them do every diet they could think of, and so I wanted to try to help them with the program. So
Awesome. And one other thing that maybe you forgot to mention was, because there's even people in your own immediate family that you wanted to just learn some simple things to teach them, correct?
Yeah, so my I don't know, if I have 6 kids and we just tend to snack a lot because we're emotional eaters. And I didn't know I had as much weight to lose as I have, and I don't even know, Tanya, if you know, I've lost 27 pounds now. And my husband's lost 18. And so, but I wanted, and I have kids, teenagers that struggle with constant snacking. So when I started my program, I told them I wanted to, I needed their help to do it with me, and that they could only eat when I ate. And they didn't have to eat the same things, but I needed them to eat at the same time. And so they've totally been on board with it, and it's cut down their snacking time, and they catch, they'll notice what they're putting in their mouth, like, Mom, we haven't had enough veggies today or whatever. So it's just changed our entire family's outlook on what we put in our mouths.
So she saw the potential is why she paid it forward, but is why she came onto the program was for her own family. Dakota, what brought you into the program?
Hello.
And a lot of it, there you go.
Okay. I feel like Deanne was talking about me. Look, I'm going to get emotional. We could be friends. I've struggled with my weight my whole life, and that makes me feel bad to say because I've never been overweight, but my mom has always been very conscious of her weight, and she passed it on to me. Also, I'm married to a twig. Ask Deanne. I'm married to, like, really, what's his name? Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's mean of me. I love him, but he's skinny, and so
Same for me.
it's important to me to keep. I don't know, health is big for me, but my brother's the one that did this, and I looked at him. I was like, what the heck? And so I'm just ready to have something permanent. I don't want my weight to fluctuate anymore, and I don't want to do any more fad diets. So that's what got me.
Awesome. And tell me who's on. Is this Ron? Is this your coach? I muted him. Just a sec. Okay, go. Unmute yourself.
Me? Are you talking?
You. Ron, you're going to have to unmute.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is Christy Searle. She's been on program for 2 weeks now, right?
Yep, 2 weeks.
And she's thinking about coaching, so I invited her to come on and listen. So, yeah, tell us how it's gone for you so far.
I've loved it. More energy, great weight loss, inches. I know this week's going to be slow from here on out, slow and steady. You know, I'm expecting the 1 2-pound loss per week now, but inches already, you can feel it. I mean, I can feel it in my pants, especially. So it's great.
Where were you before you started the program?
Where was I?
Health-wise.
I was the cute little dieting yo-yo girl. So that was me. And I am at the heaviest weight. Well, not anymore, but I was at the heaviest weight that I had ever been. And you know, when you can't bend over to tie your shoes because you can't breathe, you know, you've got to do something. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I want this to be a way of life. I'm tired of the yo-yo. And I've seen my parents. My parents are both in poor health, heart attacks, high blood pressure, you name it. And I know I'm destined for it unless I do something about it. So that's why I'm here. So thanks.
Awesome.
And her husband's doing it with her. And
We're together in it.
Great. So very excited for him.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and welcome.
Thanks.
So with that being said, how many of you guys sense that there's a need to go help other people?
I do.
There's a huge need. And just so you guys understand, is how you talk to people about this program is you start a conversation. Be it on Facebook, be it in person, be it whatever. You just have to say hi to somebody and then zip it. And how often when you say, hey, how are you today? If you don't talk after that, do you hear 45 minutes of their life story, everything that's bad, everything about them? And right there from what you hear after you listen to them, instead of saying, oh my gosh, my day was horrible too, and my kids are this and that. As health coaches, you can talk to your mentors about your problems, but as a role and as a leader, we need to put our problems aside and say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry you're having such a bad day. I actually was at that point, but I found something better. Would you be interested in hearing more about it? We don't have to sell people. We don't have to convince them. We don't have to talk them into doing this program. And when you guys start to develop those soft skills, more people are going to come on board. Our job is to be friends. And like Deanne said, non-judgment. So as all we're doing is we're putting ourselves out there as to, one, being honest. You know how many of you guys, if you were honest with where you currently are right now or where you currently were and say, I have struggled my whole life with weight. I've been a yo-yo dieter and I don't want to go back to that. I want to find something that works, but I want to do it with people that want to do it with me. How many of you guys do you think would get 20 people to say, I do, I do, I do? So is all we got to do is don't go out and sell, but be real. That's it. Don't make it any more complicated than that. If you put your life out there like everything's wonderful, I've lost 20 pounds, it's been so great, I did it in 2 weeks and it was not hard and I don't struggle and I'm in a size 2 and I've probably always been a size 2 from here on out and I'll never have another struggle in my life. How many people are going to say, I want to do that? So Ron lost 100 pounds. He's been a year into coaching and he's starting to put his weight back on. Does his life look perfect? No. So this program, and I'll tell you one more analogy. One of the leaders, and I talked to some of you guys about it that were on the other day, but he just built this house. He built his dream house. They've been doing this business for 7 months and they're making 7 years and they're in 7 figures. Very, very high 7 figures, which is not impossible. And we'll get to that point, but they're building their dream house and he talked about how they've got this big, humongous refrigerator because that was his wife's dream, was to have a beautiful refrigerator so they can host things at their house and have people over. And it's a $6,000 refrigerator. He said it's stainless steel. It's just beautiful. And he said, and it's sitting right there. He said it looks perfect to look at. But until you plug in that refrigerator, it's not serving its purpose. It's not doing what it was meant to do. And so if all of us as health coaches are not doing the 4 components that we tell other people that this program offers, then you guys are just selling a diet. And we're going to have to be cleaning up the mess in a year from now, in 2 years from now. And I am so busy, I can't do everybody's job. And I really don't want to have to try to unravel my mess that I'm starting. So I'm trying to make it very clear. Our program offers 4 components. A health coach. Every one of you on this call has a health coach. Plug into that health coach on a daily basis or a weekly basis as a mentor. Be a health coach, meaning you be present for whoever you bring into this business. If you have somebody come in and do this with you, and you tell them you're going to call them on a weekly basis, call them on a weekly basis. That is somebody's life, somebody that matters. It's a real person, not just a to-do list. Then we have our habits of health. How many of you guys have opened the book and the workbook and done anything with it? Michelle is certified. Ron is certified. Nice job. Christy, right?
Yep.
Christy.
Right.
And she's not even a health coach yet.
Nah, I'm just practicing still.
You just don't realize it. Okay. This living a life of living a longer, healthier life. In lesson 3, if none of you guys, if you don't do anything with this from here on out, but you don't want to go back to where you currently were, I suggest you do lesson 3. And I suggest you get every one of your new clients to do lesson 3 the first week they start the program. Is what it is what are your triggers of disease and how do you prevent? If you guys don't know how to identify those, how can somebody else help you out? And how many of you guys are plugging into the habits of health? Okay. You guys know how to find the habits of health. If you don't, raise your hand, please. They're podcasts. Okay. So how many of you guys have text 99000 and typed Optavia 30? Okay, you're going to get your phones, and where you're going to put in somebody else's phone number, you just put 99000, and then go down to the messenger where you would normally type a message and type all capital letters, Optavia, and the number 30 with no spaces, and hit send. That's going to remind you on a weekly basis of the Habits of Health podcast. This week is willpower. So tonight the podcast is on willpower. There is if you go to YouTube, Habits of Health, that's where you find all the recordings. So if you miss it on a Wednesday night, go back and listen to it. We don't need professionals or podcasts. Yes, thank you. We don't need to be professional psychologists, nutritionists, dietitians, nothing like that. It's our responsibility to learn how to find it. It's our responsibility to teach them how to find it. If we don't plug them in, they're only doing diets. So we at least have to know how to repeat this process. And then we have our structured program. Us as health coaches should lead with our own health first. I don't know, Ron, when you're doing the program and you're in a good fat burn, is it easier to talk to people?
Definitely.
What if you start to slip away? What do you feel like?
Like a hypocrite.
Okay.
It's because I'm telling somebody to do something and I'm struggling with that too. So that's why it was hard. I probably should have talked to you 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I finally did last night. So just like when you would call sometimes and I wasn't doing good when I first started out, and I'd avoid your call and call you back the next day or 2 later. So I felt guilty.
So it's okay to say that I struggle. We are running as health coaches a addiction and support group. You guys realize that? We are just sponsors starting a safe, healthy environment for our friends. So when you go talk to people or don't know how to talk to people, start by being a friend. Because if you go pounce on them that you haven't talked to them in 20 years and you say, I just started being a health coach and I want to tell you all about it, they're going to put up their walls and they're like, what is she going to sell me? Immediately, that's what people think. But if you just start becoming a friend and building relationships with people in the grocery store, people at your kid's school, people on Facebook, just say, hey, how are you? Or, man, your kid's so cute, you know, with their post on Facebook. Show interest in their lives, and they will let you become part of theirs. So don't make it awkward. Don't make it hard. Don't make it feel like it's anything more than it is. And that's where a lot of us stop our own personal growth because we think we have to know more. So now you have somebody that says, I want to do the program. What do you do next?
Call your mentor.
Call your mentor. Until you at least have 10 clients and you're starting to feel comfortable doing it on your own, call your mentor. And just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I want to tell you more about my health journey and what this program could do, but I want to do it with you. Let's get on the phone with a friend of mine. She's already had success in the program and she would love to just share more. And then let me do some health assessments. And I will teach you guys next week. I want to actually get on and do a practice health assessment. And I'm going to show you guys what that'll look like. Hopefully I can get Deanne to be the model child and play dumb of, okay, I'm a new client, what would that look like? And I'll teach you guys how I do it so that we can start to develop skills. But nobody should be doing this alone. Every day, Michelle called me. Michelle Nelson called me every single day until she reached executive director. I'm not saying I know a whole lot, but I'm saying I knew enough to give her enough to move her forward without overwhelming her. Okay, a lot of you guys that have a new coach, they know how to lose weight. They know how to get a client started. They know how to get somebody into fat burn. But a lot of the new coaches don't know how to get their new coaches to at least senior coaches or above. So until your coach is familiar with the basics of getting you to that point, then let me help you guys. But that doesn't mean having like Dakota go over Deanne and to me. It's say, Deanne, I have somebody that's a potential call. Deanne's gonna say, hey, Dakota has somebody that wants to hear about the program. All three of us can be on at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You see what I'm saying? So don't jump your mentorship. I'm not trying to take anybody's job here. I'm just trying to teach you and your mentor at the same time so that we can transfer these skills, and you're going to do the same thing to your coach. Your coach is going to get the same attention that you're going to get from your mentor, and then you're going to do it for her and her new coach until she's comfortable, and then you repeat that process. You guys understand how that takes a little bit more stress out of that? So Dakota, you don't have to know anything, but if you know anybody, then just meet them, introduce them to Deanne and I, and we'll help take it from there. So now, starting off as new coaches, how many of you guys have a list of at least 50 to 100 people that you want to talk to? How many of you know 50 or 100 people that could use this program without prejudging them? How many of you know people that have weight to lose? How many people do you know that would love to be home from their jobs? How many people do you know that would like to take their family on a vacation? How many people do you know that would like to have their husbands come home and work full time with them? How many people do you know that can make an extra $300 to $400 a month that would change their lifestyle? Does that make your list grow a little bit longer?
I'm just saying me.
I think everybody I look at could use our program. Because I know what it's done for me, and I didn't have any weight to lose when I came into this program. So never prejudge somebody. Michelle Reedhead was liking my posts constantly, and one of my mentor coaches said, the comments are the extroverts. So if you have somebody commenting on your post, like, good job, what's this about, how do I do it? Those are extroverts. Your people that like it are your introverts. How many of you agree with that? Michelle Reed had never said, I'm interested in your program, and put herself out there, but she liked everything. So I noticed that, and I said, Michelle, I noticed you're liking my posts. What's up? And she said, I want to coach. So don't assume that people don't have something out of liking your posts. Don't discard those as they're not ready yet. And social media is how I grew my business. So if a lot of you guys are in a smaller community, but you know other people from other places, then say, you know, just don't pounce on people, but say, hey, I feel like today I put on a shirt that I haven't been able to put on in years. It feels so good starting to get myself healthy. And most people will be like, oh, that's awesome, congratulations. Or it's just getting them to start to notice you guys. Does that make sense? If we start putting up the product or this shake is awesome, you know, people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see another sell. And so we are putting it out there as a diet, and they don't understand that they're going to get a free health coach, that we can take them and plug them into a system that they'll never have to yo-yo again. But they say health coaches are 5 times more likely to create success for themselves if they turn around and become a sponsor to somebody else. So this is more for you guys to overcome yourself so that you can serve more people. And as health coaches, we're kind of in a service mindset, and don't put up a wall thinking that they don't need the program or that they would be offended if I talk to them. Like Kylie, like you said, if you have somebody that's a bigger person, start to develop a friendship with them, and then they'll start to open up to you. Did you guys notice that when you say hi to somebody and act like you care how much they tell you? So anyway, so with my objectives, or what you're saying with that, is don't make it weird because all of a sudden you're a health coach. Don't act like you don't know what to do with a new child, because you all do. And it's, how did we treat you and how did we get you into this program? Repeat the process. You know, Deanne might have approached Dakota just as a friend. Did you feel pressure to do it, Dakota? My bad. Okay, go.
I came to Deanne. I've been trying since January. I just had a baby. My baby's 10 months old, and I've been trying. And I've been trying my whole life by myself. But I approached Deanne because I like her. So she didn't even have to say anything to me. I liked her already, and I knew what she was up to. So I came to her.
And
I wish everybody would come to me. Wouldn't that be easy if people just came to me?
How many people know that you're a health coach?
Right now, probably 2.
Is all we do when we start this program is letting people know what you do. It takes patience to build a name for yourself, but if you want people to come to you, then let them know what you do. If you open up a new store to, I don't know, say you did nails, and you just built a building in the middle of town and put no signs up, you think they'd pull in to get their nails done, or do you think they'd drive by and be like, I wonder what that's all about?
Probably drive right by.
So they see you getting healthy and they're like, wow, she looks awesome. I wonder what she's doing. or be out loud and proud with what you're doing and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go. Does anybody else out there struggle and want to learn with me?
Right.
And I bet you'd be executive director by the end of the month.
That would be lovely.
Back to creating that $2,300 income a month is about 20 people consistently. And 20 people that you help get healthy turns into 40 the next month, and 40 turns into 50, and so on and so forth. The money will come if you love on the people. So don't make it awkward. Don't go try to sell them something. Don't go show them your shakes on Facebook. Show them what you're learning. Show them how you're part of a community that wants to help people out. Show them that locally you guys have support. Michelle and Deanne and you guys could do so much. Ron's only 45 minutes away. Michelle's in Snowflake. You guys realize if you guys together came together and said, on Tuesdays we're in Snowflake, on Thursdays we're in St. John's, anybody that wants to get healthier, give me a call. And we're gonna go and we're gonna walk the parks on Thursdays. Anybody, it's free, anybody. All of a sudden they're gonna be like, why are we walking the park? This is a cool idea. Why are you guys doing this? This is so fun. Now we have a chance to share our mission. So live your life out loud, the life of health, and you guys will have no problems having people want to do this with you. It's so often, especially in small communities, where they want to stay private. I don't want anybody to know that I'm doing this. I don't want anybody to know because they might look at me if I fell. So let's break that bond, because everybody, I mean, we walk it. It's on us. It shows in our face. It shows in our eyes that we're struggling. So I don't know why people think that we can't see that, but is all we're trying to do is help them with it and make them feel as comfortable doing it as possible. So is all I'm trying to teach you guys is it's just be friends. If they say yes and you don't know what to say after that, get on the phone with your mentor and I will help you guys get yeses and teach you guys how to do that. But the number one thing that I took away from this whole thing is leaders have to be, we have to play above the line. We need to not come up with our excuses. We need to not put ourselves out there that, oh my gosh, life's horrible today. That stays off of social media. When you start to come out with, I'm here to help you, people don't want to bring in your baggage too. You know what I'm saying? So pretend you're having a good day. I mean, be real, but if you're having a good day or a bad day, do it anyway, what you're supposed to do. And that's 3 conversations, 3 Facebook posts, and what's the other one? 3 contacts.
3 new friends, yeah.
Yeah. So it's what that means is friend 3 new friends, or go make 3 new conversations with people around you. Go talk to 3 of those people, 3 different people every day, and then start to do 3 Facebook posts a day of something that you're doing. Look at what I had for dinner tonight. Look at my family's eating a carrot. I'm so proud of them. They used to hate them and love Twinkies. We're able to go on a family vacation because I chose to get healthy with my finances. You know, it's okay to say what you're doing, and people are looking for that. Trust me, they do want to find it. So we just have to be careful with how we do it. Is there any questions from anybody? Our next thing, I want to meet with all my frontline coaches and their team of coaches. So tonight I have Deanne at 8 o'clock and her team of coaches. We'll go into more detail as to finding where to find scripts to actually say things, where to find resources to actually give people that are interested, what verbiage to use for somebody that reaches out to you on Facebook, more of the skill sets. Ron, I would love to do that with you and your potentials. Michelle, if you could get, Michelle Reedhead, if you could get your team, I would love to do an overall training. So we can go into more detail with individual coaches. And then I'm meeting with Sally and Lindsay on Thursday and Chelsea on Friday. So I think everybody on here is going to get a little bit more attention on a smaller scale. But I just wanted to come away with what I learned. Did anybody hear anything different than that you figured out this time that you hadn't known before?
We didn't know anything then, and we still don't. So
that's good. That's the first line. I don't know, but I know where to go. You guys, please just know that people out there need our help. And if you treat this like a profession and learn the skills, you're going to get paid like a profession. I went to convention. There's not a lot of people that, they don't talk about money. They're not celebrating other people. But they're celebrating people that wanted it bad enough and they made it happen. It gets messy. Look at Michelle right now, Michelle Nilsson. Everybody eyes on Michelle. She loves that. She has been able to reach executive director, which is about $2,300 a month. And she works a full-time job. She fits it in where she can. She's never gave me an excuse of why she can't do it. She wants it bad enough. So it is possible. She reaches out to me and is very, very open to being coachable and teachable. Michelle Reedhead is extremely busy and she's always getting on the phone with me. Deanne and Michelle Nilsson have opened up their homes, and same with Ron in their communities, and creating, people are starting to know what they do. That's the hardest part, is growing a name for yourself. And then with a name, there has to be a reputation. So be careful when you put yourself out there, what you're doing in public. People look to you as leaders. Unfortunately, we're kind of under the spotlight. So just be careful. And then when you do bring somebody on and say you're going to support them, support them. I've had too many coaches come into this business, sell them on a weight loss, never follow up with them. Those people are gone, and so are my coaches. And I just don't want to repeat that cycle. As far as the technical stuff and how you actually build this business, that's where I want to go as teams and do it more on a smaller scale so we can open up conversation a little bit more. Anyway, does anybody have any questions before we get off? I try to keep this to an hour or under, so you guys won't quit coming. Anybody?
good. Thank you, Tanya.
You bet. Well, thanks you guys for being on. Showing up is where you learn, and we all learn together. So I'm not here because I know it. I'm here because I want to know it, and I want to help each of you. So I will see you guys tonight. Michelle Reedhead, if you would please get together with your coaches and give me a time that I can meet just with your team. Sound good? Okay. Everybody else, I think I got a scheduled time. Christy, we would love to have you on board. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I was telling Ron and Mindy, actually. I mean, it's something that I think I can get behind, but being only 2 weeks into the program, I still feel like there's so much to learn. But I am doing my workbook, and I am, I've got my little text messages reminding me of the times, and usually Wednesday nights don't work for me, so I just watch them on YouTube later. But I'm loving what I'm hearing. I'm learning so much. So,
and because we say we're a health coach doesn't mean we know anything. That means that we say, I want to do it with more people. Because if you lean in and you surround yourself with people doing this with you, you're going to create that support around yourself that's going to make you more likely to succeed. Because if we just do the diet on our own, we have a tendency when we struggle to pull away and draw away from support. But if we have people doing it with us, it kind of makes us come in and be accountable to it. So Ron could probably eat more donuts if he didn't have people watching him, right, Ron?
I'm watching you, Ron.
That's right.
That's what this is a team effort. So anyway, well, I will see you guys each individually, and I appreciate it. Put in your calendars every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Arizona time, noon our time, and I'm here to assist. And in the meantime, call me every day if you need to. It got Michelle to where she is.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.